And you're going to record too, right, Scott,
Sure,
on your end?
sure.
Yeah. I'm having a problem on my computer for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. This is Elizabeth Clare with Elton Brewington. We are here with an author, Scott Zuckerman, who's just launched his book. And Zuck, tell us about yourself and tell us about the book.
Yeah, hi guys. So Scott Zuckerman, I just authored my first book, Don't Be a Financial Disaster. Here it is right here. And it is exactly what the title says, Don't Be a Financial Disaster. And I wrote it during COVID. I've been wanting to write a book for many years. And every time I tried, I stopped. But I thought that it would be an ideal time during COVID, especially when so many people are struggling financially, to finally write the book and get it out to as many people as possible. And I'm excited. We officially launched the book last night. So thank you so much for having me on this program. And I'm looking forward to answering any questions you have.
Very good. Well, Scott, thank you so much. Don't be a financial disaster. Well, there are two parts to our discussion. First part was outstanding. This one I'm really excited about. I want, if you could share with us about, that's got to be the funnest part, and we should be fun. Should be fun. How do you accumulate your? I mean, the aspects of accumulating your portfolio. I mean, some people are in the beginning stages. I want to make sure that I have assets that have value. And tell us about that if you things that you're familiar with like that.
Yeah, sure. So the first thing that I want to make clear is that no matter how much money you make, first of all, really don't spend what you don't have. And I talk about this in the book a lot. It's the American way is to credit and forget it. And unfortunately, once you do that, you dig yourself into a hole that's very, very deep to get out of. So, and I understand a lot of people are living in difficult times right now, but that's a real important mindset is not having debt because debt will drag you down. So when you have the ability and you've done a proper cash flow analysis, most important thing is to save. And I'm going to say this again. The most important thing is to save. And you would be so surprised how quickly savings add up, especially if you're investing in like the stock market as an example. And you can pick a mutual fund that you're comfortable with that's based on your risk tolerance, you work with an advisor or do some research on your own, whatever the case may be. But it is really important to save. And I do a lot of, I put some examples in the book of the power of that compound interest and how compound interest really is powerful. So I hope that helps to answer your question.
It does. It does. I also I'm curious about during these times, a lot of people are reverted to their personal savings now. They have to start spending their savings because income might be down, and so they still are required to make money, and usually they will have to refer to you in terms of the market, in terms of evaluating how you put money in something and still continue to get a return. Is there a particular strategy and not taking anything away from your personal consultations with people, but is there a simple solution that you think? Well, one, I guess, is find a good a good person to get results and directions from.
I really can't say that there is an overall strategy that I can say other than the stress the importance of saving. Okay. Um, because everybody comes into my office with a unique situation, as similar as they may be. Similarities and uniqueness are two totally different things. And
Sure, sure.
and now what happens is and and having an emergency fund is real important. So you have to have enough money to pay several months worth of your bills. And the issue that a lot of people have right now is in a COVID type situation where they may not, maybe their emergency fund is 3 months or 4 months, right? And now all of a sudden you're not working for 6 months or 9 months. And that's where the challenges come in. And so that's why, besides having just your emergency fund, one of the things that I talk about is setting things up really in stages. So once you have your emergency fund, you have to make sure that you're saving into your retirement plan. You need to make sure that you're saving into just regular non-qualified investments, brokerage accounts, right? So that if your emergency fund is depleted, you have other buckets to go to, so to speak. And granted, nobody wants to ever touch their retirement savings. But in a God forbid situation, I would advise a client to probably go into their retirement accounts before they start racking up credit card debt. So the key thing is having that plan in place, understanding the cash flow, and making sure that you are setting up your different buckets so that you could deal with situations like this.
And especially, I think during the pandemic, think about how much money people can save. Normally, you would be driving to work, so you've got all the gas money. Then you'd be eating out for lunch, you'd have that money. Then your entertainment budget, you have that money. Then you would be going to conferences and everything. So this is really the time to save.
Elizabeth,
and now you're getting stimulus checks. This is an excellent opportunity to read Scott's book and to learn about saving. I think I'm fully in agreement with you that saving is number one for the pandemic.
And I have to tell you, I am so glad that you just brought that up, because I can't tell you how many of my clients I have pointed that out to them. And I said, here's your cash flow spreadsheet. Between all, and the way I break the cash flow down is from fixed expenses and variable expenses. And I say, if you look at the amount of money that you're spending with your variable expenses, and those are the things that you're not spending during COVID, now is a great time to take that money and actually put it away. You can wind up saving more now than any time ever in your life. I can't agree with you more, and great point. Thank you.
Maybe you don't need that $150 visit to the nail salon.
Right.
Or maybe you can eliminate your shoe budget, or clothing altogether, $1,000 worth of clothing, you know?
We have the same problem with our clients, because whenever it comes to marketing, people have no money, and marketing is the most important thing to get any business. And you spend all your money on your booth and your conference and everything, and then when it comes to marketing, so saving at this time is so critical. It's just really
what
critical.
Were you going to say, Scott?
No, I don't even remember. I lost my train of thought, because I am so, I mean, I agree with everything that Elizabeth is saying. I mean, it's just, it's spot on. And I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say that I open up my closet sometimes and my clothes think I died, you know, because it's like,
where are you, Scott? Where are you, Scott?
You know,
where me?
And laundry budgets, you know, I mean, even every dollar that you save counts. So there you have it. Let's look at the book again and tell us where we can get it, and it's for free.
And I select some of the topic subtitles in it too.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, so just to give you some real quick, I'll give you a real quick rundown on the table of contents. So we have the first chapter.
Show us the table of contents.
So here's the table of contents. So we have a little bit of my background. The first chapter is, what is financial planning anyway? Because I really don't think that most people out there really understand what financial planning really is. Then the next chapter is organizing the financial junk drawer. We have 6 costly mistakes that you want to avoid. I expose many financial myths that are out there that you may hear of on the TV or these from talking heads. I talk about buying products versus implementing strategies, totally different. Most people are sold on financial products, many of which they don't need. So I talk about that. I talk about the actual financial planning process. broken down by cash flow, protection, asset accumulation, asset distribution at retirement, your estate plan, and asset preservation. What happens when you're no longer here? I have a chapter on taxes, and the name of that chapter is Tax Avoidance. You are smart. Tax evasion. You are a criminal. And then I conclude the book with a conclusion chapter. You can pick up your free copy on scottzuckerman.com. So your free copy at scottzuckerman.com, but it is also available for sale on any of your favorite online retailers like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Nook, Kindle, all that stuff. But if you want your free copy and free while they last, go to scottzuckerman.com.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Scott. We really appreciate that. And I encourage all our viewers and listeners to do this now. It's not too late. It's the first month of the year, and we want you to be able to say, I'm good. You know, I mean, because you want to start now so that at the end of the year, you're in great shape. You could read, implement principles, devise and determine where you want to be and what you have to do to get there. And so this is a very, very appropriate discussion right now.
And Elton, I just want to add in there, based on what you're saying, like, oh, I want to make sure that I'm good. Like I said, you can read books, you can get a financial plan, but unless you take action, it doesn't mean anything. And so what I did in the book, after every chapter, I put in a worksheet. So the purpose of the worksheet is after you read the chapter and your mind starts going, you can actually go in, right? So for example, so like the 6 costly mistakes worksheet. So after I talk about the 6 costly mistakes, I ask you, are you doing any of those things, and what are you going to do to change it? So the worksheets are very valuable.
Oh, very good.
That's awesome.
Great.
And so don't forget, you can get all this information on brightsideglobaltrade.org. We are available on YouTube, Facebook, and any channel that you're watching. So write us a comment, and we'll share with you not just how to get a free book, but how to get 2 free tickets to our next conference. And so make sure that you keep in touch with us, subscribe, and hit the bell button so that you constantly get updates on every video we upload. So thank you, Scott, and thank you
so much, Scott.
Elton.
Appreciate your being here, and we look forward to your most appropriate discussions coming forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.